Hey, it's Bruce with WeedersDigest.com, and today we're doing a testimonial on the weed roller. There you can see the power head on the right, and it's a 35-foot arm that we're working with today. It's on the shores of Lake Minnetonka, and although this is an absolutely beautiful location, when the customer came to us, they had completely matted out milfoil across the surface. You know, the type where ducks could almost walk across. And in this case, we've got it mounted to the dock. There's just two simple brackets that mount it to the pole, and then the arm traverses back and forth. Now, we have many other videos that share really kind of the more of the technical side or the actual workings of the weed roller, but this today is just really a testimonial of what it did for one particular customer. And although this is an absolutely beautiful location, we've had customers put them in anywhere around the world, including campsites where they don't have power and they've hooked it up to a generator. So it'll work anywhere. Check this out.
Hey, this is Bruce again with Lake Weeders Digest, and we're out on one of my favorite lakes today, Minnetonka. We're with Scott. Scott, nice
Bruce,
to see you again.
Good to see you.
And Scott's one of our customers of the weed roller, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to just kind of explain another testimonial of how well the weed rollers worked and if it's met your expectations. And so I'll start back with probably 3 months ago when you gave us a call.
Exactly.
Hopefully those geese aren't too loud, but can you shut those up?
They're coming.
But it was about 3 months ago you gave us a call, and you needed answers. And I guess at that point I'll let you kind of describe a little bit about where we're at today.
Well, I'll tell you, we've been at this location for 6 years, and we have tried everything. The weed harvester that came by, rather spendy situation. We've tried the scuba divers that came and pulled it by hand.
That's a unique one to most people. Off from Lake Minnetonka, most people aren't aware of the scuba diving adventure.
I wasn't either until it was brought up.
Yep.
And they did a fairly decent job, but all it was the weeds. The harvester comes by and sure chops it up and definitely makes a mess on shore, but it comes back. When you were telling me about the weed roller, the old saying, it's too good to be true, or sounds too good to be true. I gotta say, I think this may be an exception, because if you could see the water, I don't know if you will or not. We were told that it would make hard-packed sand out of this mucky bottom, and the kids love it.
Yeah.
It's like a beach down there, and I am impressed with all get out.
Well, I remember, I would say that especially when we're shipping these across the country, people that haven't had a chance to get to see us personally or have me look at their shoreline, there's always some skepticism when it's found online and now they're going to buy it and we're going to ship it and they're just hoping. In your case, I came out here, we looked at it, we were certain, but you still had a lot of skepticism whether this was really the tool.
Yeah, well, like you said, I couldn't picture the unit at first before you brought it out.
Right.
And just the way you were explaining it, how it chops up the weeds down there, but again, getting rid of the muck and making it hard packed down there, that I had to see.
Yeah.
And it's done exactly what you told me.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazing unit. That's all I can say there.
In all truthfulness, as much as I was 100% sure it was going to be your answer, and that was why I was willing to guarantee it. I was willing to do that, no questions asked. I still, after not being here for, I think I've been around here for probably since June, I wouldn't think. But to come here and see it, I think I'm amazed every time I see it, because even though I have one on my own shoreline, I get to experience it all the time myself. I still am just amazed at the result that it gives. And then when I deal with people that still aren't sure, I wish they could come here. I wish they could go out there. I wish they could jump on your water trampoline. And if they saw that, they would, you'd almost have to say why. It's pricey, but you'd have to say why wouldn't you do it?
Well, back to that, and what I questioned at first, I mentioned the weed harvester machines that come by, or the scuba divers. By the time they'll come out and they'll do that, and it might clear it up, won't give you the sand bottom. But the cost of that, if they're out here, and these weeds grow back rather quickly. If you did that twice a year, if not 3 times a year, and maybe for a couple of years, it would pay for this thing immediately.
Right.
I can't remember the numbers involved there, but those harvesters are much more.
Right.
You use them 3, 4, 5 times, you already bought one of these.
Right. Right.
That's what I think is so amazing about it.
And you know, fortunately, our success rate is very high. I mean, it's. I don't know if I shared this with you, but the Minnesota DNR, which they like weeds and they like muck. They like to keep it there.
Right, right.
They did a survey and came up with 98% of all people owning weed rollers, which was a total of 1,800 people that they surveyed. 98% said that they were fully satisfied with the weed roller.
I believe it. I believe it.
You'd fit that category.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
56% were satisfied with herbicide applications. So, you know, I mean, based on kind of the experiences you've had.
We have tried that also, which I forgot to mention. Never got it to work for us. You know, even the state comes in and sprays certain things. That might be for certain weeds, but I've never had an herbicide that really does much.
Right.
So I'm not in that percentage.
Well, and obviously, I mean, this lake, as probably a lot of our viewers don't know about this lake, but I mean, it's the jewel of Minnesota, and it's been overrun by a lot of issues of you know, weeds and milfoil and things like that.
Yes,
so
yes.
when it comes down to it, it's like, you know, you can't control the entire lake, and you can't control everything that we can see out there in a beautiful view today, but this is one thing that you can control, this shoreline right here.
You bet. You bet.
And you know, another thing we talked about it briefly is that the other tool that you bought was our weed shear.
Yes, weed shear, that's what it's
And it was one of those that I remember. I was like, okay, Scott, we know we're going to take care of this. And I had one with me that day, and it was kind of like, I didn't want to try to push one more thing, but I thought, you know, I'll just bring it along. And I just remember the day you called me up, and your words were, it works like a champ.
It does. The tool is so simple. I mean, the idea of it, I wish I would have thought of it. But that thing is so easy to use, and where we can't use the weed roller, it works like a champ.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, weeds will come back after a while, but keeps it very clear for swimming out there and wicking your legs.
Right.
There might be some cleanup involved,
Right.
but it slices the stuff right up.
Right.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, I think the other thing, and one of the things that if anybody's looked at my website, they know that I think one of the things that's most amazing about the weed roller is that no matter what happens in this lake or over there or on that side of the dock or whatever, the one thing that you know is that from now on, for years and years and years to come, is this spot here, assuming this is where you put it back into,
Most likely.
this spot will always be weed-free. I mean, weed-free and muck-free, and that is a fact that there's nothing else out there that can compare to that. That, you know, next year, you know that even if this lake, if the water level keeps going down as it is, and if the milfoil keeps coming up, well, at least that one spot is going to be perfect for guests or swimming or small kids or just being out there and waiting. So it is.
Exactly.
There's a lot of just benefits that. Yeah, we're happy about it today, but it, you know, this is something for years and years and years to come. So
I agree. I agree.
Any other thoughts that come to mind? I mean, I appreciate you taking the time to.
None other than if you have a problem like this in the lake, get one. I mean, they are amazing, and I am impressed every day I come out here. I haven't seen the kids that I've never seen them swim so much
Is that right?
in their lake. Yeah, and they have a pool up top.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a lot of fun. A lot
Good.
of fun. A lot
Scott,
of clean fun.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for sharing with everybody. And
You're welcome.
appreciate you as a customer.
I'll be here.